For someone like me who is regularly editing videos, doing stuff in Photoshop, having a second monitor is really important. And having one that's portable, that's an even bigger asset. And that's what the folks from WiMaxIt are looking to help you out with. This is a 15.6-inch portable monitor that allows you to go ahead and connect to your tablet, to your phone, to your laptop, even your Nintendo Switch, to be able to have a second screen on the go. This one a little bit different than some of their other offerings, where it also offers touchscreen. How does it measure up? Let's take a look. Barely fits in frame because this is just, it's a big display. It's a 15.6-inch touch display. Pretty simple and straightforward with its logo and artwork and everything. Not a whole lot on the box, front or back. We're going to go ahead and we are going to free this from the packaging. Okay, so inside we've got styrofoam to help keep everything steady. Do have an AC power brick. Looks like we have 5 volt, 2000 milliamps, so pretty significant current output on here. That's good to know. You may have to pretty much stick to this for power. There's the display itself, which we'll set aside for right now. I just want to see what else is underneath here, if anything. Okay, so we do have a couple of cables. This is USB-C to USB-C. This is USB-A to C, and then you do have your kind of lens cloth wipe to keep fingerprints off. Please kindly contact us if you need support. There is your instruction manual, and then nice to see this. This is an HDMI to micro HDMI, so good to see. This is one of those, I never have enough of these, or it could be mini HDMI. You know what, let's check the manual real quick to see what it says. Let's see, inputs is, so HDMI to mini HDMI. Like I say, I always get those confused. Now one thing that's interesting on here too, it does have the mounting screws for a VESA mount if you would want to go ahead and use it. So awesome here, we're going to set these aside. You know, 15.6-inch sounds small until you have one of these in a photo booth, and then it's not so small. Now it does have this like folio that comes with it that basically transforms also into a display stand for you. On the side you can see you have power, nice power button actually. Menu pushes in and then scrolls up down, headphone jack, speaker, and then on this side you have a USB OTG for micro USB, USB-C 1, USB-C 2, and that mini HDMI port. And then for this, the case just kind of folds out so that you can go ahead and use it as a monitor stand as you see fit. Now one thing, it does also have a protective film, which we are going to go ahead and pull off. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, now for the rest of this, we're basically going to be shooting at the monitor, so not ideal, and what I'm seeing is probably going to be a little bit different than what you are seeing on screen, but I'll try to relay the best as possible what I'm seeing as far as the images. One thing I will say, looking at this, fairly small bezels. I mean, they're still there, but they're not as big as on some of their other monitors, which is nice. And I will tell you, this is also a little bit heavier than some of their earlier monitors. The one thing I've always appreciated about the WiMaxIt monitors has been lag, latency, delay tends to be a little bit better on this. Color replication tends to be a little bit better on this too. Let's go ahead, let's test it out. All right, so one of the first games I want to test out here is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!, simply for, you know, testing lag, latency, and delay. Now I am using an original top loader NES here using a dog bone controller. I will say the colors look really, really good. I'm pretty impressed with, I mean, they are a little bit on the soft side, but this is not terrible. And granted, it's Glass Joe, but press a button and a button responds. That's pretty good. So now we are hooked up to our Nintendo Switch using the dock. We are going to connect directly to the Switch using a USB-C to C cable here in a minute. But what I want to check and see, again, lag, latency, delay. Color still looks soft, but not terrible. Now I am using my wireless Pro controller. There we go. Oh no! Suplex! Wow, Zangief is kicking my rear end. Well, I got my butt creamed on that first round. I was able to pull off all the moves, however. Got him again. Wow, he kicked my rear end, but not due to lag or latency or anything along those lines. Now, I do have it connected to my laptop, and I want to see if the touch screen here works. So let's, for example, let's go into Prusa Slicer. It is actually, it is reading it. It actually opened up on my other, on my laptop screen itself, and as you can see here, it opened everything there. So we're going to ask me next time. Yep. Oh, awesome. That works wonderfully. And as you can see, I can manipulate my build plate here. Sweet. That's pretty stinking cool. And it opened on my main display, but I can drag this over here. And then I can do that. So it does work perfectly with the touchscreen. That's wonderful to see. And if you notice down here, I do only have one cable, the USB-C, going from my laptop into the monitor. That's great. Now, one test I do like to do is to see whether or not the Nintendo Switch will work as a dockless dock, essentially. So I am only getting video on the Switch itself. We'll try one other thing here real quick. So, plugged and unplugged it. Does pop up with the WiMaxIt logo. I'm not seeing any changes down here. I'm going to connect separate power and see if that makes a difference. That made all the difference. So I am now connected via just my Switch. There is just the cable on here. So let's take a look here. So you can see just the Switch here. I've got the single USB-C cable and then a cable for power. And then this is working as normal. So, and here you can see, I mean, it's playing the NES Online service just fine. So that's interesting to see that this does still support just playing directly off the Switch. That's awesome. So I do have to thank WiMaxIt for sending us one of these to test out. This is really a good little portable monitor. And it's one of those, the touchscreen. My laptop that I have now no longer has touchscreen. My old one did, and it is something that I occasionally miss. This is something that will be going to the office with me, and I will be using on a daily basis as my second monitor for my personal laptop. I already have two regular monitors for my work monitor, but for this, when I am doing edits or any personal work, like during a lunch hour or something like that, this will allow me to get things done even quicker. Now, they did send me this at no charge for purpose of review. I do want to thank them for that. They are not checking out this content before it goes live. So the colors are soft, I will say that first and foremost, but they're not terrible. I want to say that they are better than some of their older monitors that I've tested. I'm also not the biggest fan of this folio type case. I've actually, in recent years, I've picked up one of these. I actually saw one of John Riggs too, that allows me to mount my monitor on here, adjust the angle a little bit more, gets it off of my desk too. That's the other thing that this really allows me to do. And it is something that I will be using with this moving forward. Now, I have command strips on here just to make sure that it doesn't get knocked off, fall on the ground, and get broken, because that would suck. But overall, I really did like this, and the fact that it'll work with the Switch, it'll work with my Samsung DeX, it works with my laptop. Overall, this is a great value for adding a second monitor to your gaming setup, to your streaming setup, or anything along those lines. And that's one of the other things too. If you're a streamer, having a second monitor to monitor the chat or have your gameplay going or something like that, huge asset, huge win for you. Definitely something I would recommend to check out. I will have a link down below in a pinned post where you can check one of these out for yourself. Now, if you do want to see some of the other reviews of WiMaxIt monitors and displays we've done to this point, I'll have those coming up for you right now. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you want to help support Rock Solid Productions and be a part of our community, there's a number of different ways you can do so. First and foremost, join us over on our Patreon page or become a channel member here on YouTube. By joining through either one of those methods, you get early access to just about all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. We also give you shout outs at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also pick up some awesome Rock Solid Productions swag. We've got t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more available through our Teespring store on screen right now too. You can also pick up some of our awesome 3D printed cartridge stands, Amiibo holders, Nintendo DS holders, and more by visiting our 3D printer store on screen right now as well. Links for everything will be down below in a pinned comment. If you want to stay up to date with everything we have going on here at Rock Solid Productions, make sure that you're following us on the different social media networks. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK, and Twitter at RockSolidStudios. If you're looking to pick this and other retro and modern gaming accessories up, make sure that you head on over to CastlemaniaGames.com. He has a feature over there called Castle Cash, where the more you spend, the more you earn towards future purchases, and Castle Cash is just like cash. He also offers convenient payment plans for more expensive items over $50. Finally, make sure that you use promo code ROCKSOLID10 when you're shopping at CastlemaniaGames.com, as it can save you up to 10% on most items on the website. Again, thank you for watching this episode, and I cannot wait to see you again soon.